Hey guys, it's Last Replays and welcome back to another Smite video. Alright, so today I figured I'd do something like my last video, except I wanted to have more commentary in it and I wanted to be able to tell you guys details without getting my ass kicked because I wasn't focusing. So, what's this catchphrases? Alright, anyway, so, let me just tell you a bit about myself. As an Awilix player, I've played her quite a bit in Conquest, and I rarely play her in Joust. So this is all based on how I play her in Conquest. Just give me a second to get to level 20, and then I'll show you my build, and I will show you a few of the basic combos and tips that can improve your Awilix gameplay. Oh yeah, I'm level 20, my bad. Alright, so get these all leveled. What you're gonna want to do is, for your starters, if you're going try hard, you want to get bluestone pendants so that you can gank people easily, like early game. I would recommend for this for Joust more than anything, and for Conquest, Bumba's Mask, so that you can kill everything earlier on, get your levels a little bit higher. Sorry about the background noises from the leveling up so fast. So anyway, I'm not going to buy a starter item. And then if you want, early game, you can buy Ninja Tabi, or Tabi or whatever, and then switch it out for Warrior. But since it's at the end already, I'm just going to do that automatically. Second item, you can either choose Jotun's Wrath or Hydra's Lament. Obviously, this is just for my build. I'm not telling you guys how to play the character itself, just giving you tips on what you could do. So I go Hydra's Lament, and then when you get your stacks up, it goes really well. Get your Jotun's Wrath for the cooldown reduction and physical penetration and power. A little bit of mana on the side, not too bad. Then what I do is I get Heartseeker because of the basic attack passive, and the movement speed is also a really great bonus. Sometimes I'll get Devourer's Gauntlet, but that's rare for me. Most of the time, I go with a very basic. Hold up, sorry, there's a lot of construction going on. But what I do is, a lot of the time, actually, let me delete that real quick. I will go crit for the last item, and that's it. And it's kind of stupid sounding, but it works for me anyway. I've never had a problem with it. I've never had a problem with Awilix, period. But I've seen a lot of people try to play Awilix, and a lot of the people that I've played against or played with are really bad at her. So I figured I'd do this little thing just in case any of you guys are having trouble against her. So what you can do is, I don't know, just buy anything that really helps you out. Right now I'm going to buy Meditation because I don't really need to be getting out of sticky situations in a fake fight. Or you could do Shield of Thorns or Heavenly Wings. I'm just gonna get Sundering Spear just because it's, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Then get my potions. Alright. So when you're playing Awilix, the most basic thing to know is use your Jaguar. Don't jump with your Jaguar unless you need to. If you need to get through a wall, jump through it with the Jaguar. If you need to chase someone down, stay on the Jaguar and then pounce when they're in this circle thing. That's the only time you want to pounce, because if you pounce, you're not going to catch up to them. But anyway, for the basics, this is a knock-up right here. So if you get behind the enemy, which I can't really do because he's looking at me, but if you get behind him, it'll knock him up, and then you use your triangle to pull him in, which is your ultimate. So let me read over the skills real quick. That's mounting her Panther Suku, getting movement speed but decreasing strafe speed. Awilix may leap off Suku to deal damage, and canceling this ability before leaping will not trigger its cooldown. And then for Feather Step, which is the one that jumps over, Awilix flips over the last enemy she hit with a 1.5 rooting, crippling, and dealing damage as she passes over them. The damage dealt is modified based on the next attack in Awilix's basic attack progression. If the next attack is her third attack, then she also hits all the targets in the area around her. And then for the third would be Moonlight Charge. Suku comes to Awilix's aid, rushing forward and damaging all enemies. If hit from the side or behind, enemies are knocked up into the air. And then, and the last part of this also combos with this, of course. And then Gravity Surge. Awilix calls upon the power of the moon, immediately pulling to her the closest enemy god she is facing that is either leaping or knocked up into the air. The target god takes damage when they land. Awilix is then bathed in moonlight, gaining bonus attack speed and physical power along with protection against roots, slows, and knockbacks for 6 seconds. Can't forget the passive. So the passive is called Initiative. If Awilix strikes first from out of combat, she increases her physical power for a short period of time. Alright guys, now that we've got that all cleared, if you can, since it's all fake crap, right? I can't really get them to not look at me. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can find something that's not gonna look at me. Because real people won't turn that quickly. They get startled, you jumped behind them, and they're like, what the fuck? I can't really do anything towards bosses though either. Freaky, yeah. Right, so this knocks up, and then that would pull if they weren't like fake. These guys are fake, so they're only a training target. I don't even think you can reduce cooldowns. But anyway, I'll show you what this does. Okay, so you pounce, does a little bit of damage, actually a lot of damage because I have everything. But don't need that. Don't forget though, your circle is your knock up. It does a lot of damage. It can be useful for minion killing, and then I'll actually show you minion killing in a second. Alright, this is my first time being here in a long time. Okay, so for minion killing, basically, it's the same as with real people, except you don't knock them up. What you want to do is you want to throw it right down the middle, and then you can jump over them if, see, like that, right? If you get a certain amount of hits on enemies or minions, you can jump over them, and if you jump over a minion that's close to other minions, it'll also hit those. And one second. Then with bosses it's the same, but you can't knock them up. It does a lot of damage though. Alright. So let me actually show you guys the damage that the ultimate does buffed wise. So if I buff up using it instead of knocking up using it, it buffs my attack speed, my damage, fucking everything really. But you see how fast that was? That was like, I don't know, 3 times faster? But anyway guys, that's basically all I have to show you. Tips for early game though is, if you're jungling and you're really terrible at jungling, you might want to play a little more defensive. And by defensive I mean Breastplate of Valor. Oh, another thing, a very important fact that I just remembered. Alright, so I can't really show you this because I'm not in an actual game, but let's just pretend this is a wall and on the other end of this wall is another person. If your teammates are around there, basically they can be your eyes, so they can see the person, which will allow you to see them through the wall, or you can put a ward, so something like this or this or this. Put a ward down on the other side so you can see the enemy, and then what you can do is you can angle yourself so you'll be behind them if they're coming. You throw it, you use your ult, and it'll actually pull them through the wall, so that if you're going against 3, 4, 5 people and you really need to split one of them up because you can't face all of them by yourself, go into a back alley somewhere if they don't follow you and throw your jaguar or puma or whatever through the wall and then pull them back in, kill them within, I don't know, a second or something. Let me show you how fast this part is. And that's without the damage buff. The ultimate is essentially Loki's circle, but twice as damaging, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway guys, I really hope these tips helped you out. My build isn't too great, but I assure you it does work if you know how to play her. So don't blame the build if it's not working out for you. Alright guys, find what you need. If attack speed is better with you, use attack speed. If crit is better with you, build that. This is like a unicorn slash crit based build. It's very small on the crit except for the last item, but this item is very essential to my build. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Oh shit. And if you want to post recommendations on what to do, what videos you want to see next, put that in the comments section down below as well. Alright guys, see you in the next one.